One of the things that I do pretty much every day is I go on a long walk. So I've parked my car here and I walk along a parkway just because I like that I can just go for a very long time and I see different scenery. So let's go do that. I want to switch up these videos a little bit because I launched a podcast. You should check it out, link in the description. So I want these to kind of follow more of my life and obviously some thoughts that I'm having. But if you want to hear me in at length, I would say with my podcast. Let's go. So this is my view. It's so nice. Got a person running there. And it's just so lush and green. And I just think it's such a great way to start off the day. So I randomly had this download to actually like bring a trash bag and some plastic gloves, because sometimes when I'm on this walk, like I'll see trash like right there and I'm like, oh, like I want to pick it up. So maybe I'll actually go pick that up, but I can't decide if I want to do it on my way back or on my way there. And there's also someone like walking behind me, so I don't know, I feel kind of awkward about it even though I'm helping the earth. I don't know why, but let me continue. Look at the big bag of garbage that I was able to pick up along the trail of my walk. Oh my gosh, I love doing this. I feel amazing. You should try it too. I hope you guys enjoyed the little peek into what my daily routine looks like. So my daily routine was definitely a little bit different because that was 2 days ago now. So that was on a Tuesday. It is now a Thursday. And I was just feeling like, you know what? I see a lot of garbage on this path. I'm personally tired of seeing it. So let me bring a garbage bag, some gloves, and I'm just going to pick up the garbage that I see. And that's exactly what I did. Actually, a woman came up to me and was talking to me. She was on a bike. She saw me going down one way and then I saw her coming back another way. And she was like, hey, like, are you a part of a group? Like, why did you decide to do this? And I was like, no, honestly, like I walk on here. I saw it. I was getting annoyed with it. And then we had a whole discussion about how people need to care more about the earth, because I fully believe that if we're all living here, why not care about not putting garbage on the planet? You know, if you have something, literally put it in a garbage. You don't have to just throw it randomly on the earth. Like, I don't think that's good. There was another lady, as I was picking up trash, she was like, oh my gosh, you're amazing for doing that. And in my mind, I wasn't doing it to get any praise. I was simply doing it because I didn't want to see the garbage, okay? And it was so nice because when I was walking on the same trail, I was like, wow, like it is way cleaner. And I was so proud of myself for that because I'm like, this is incredible, right? Like, and this kind of ties into what I really want to talk about today. What you sow into your universe, into the universe, is ultimately what you reap from the universe, okay? And you have to think about this in terms of your actions, in terms of your mindset, in terms of your interactions with people. Like, are you sowing good things into your experience, into the collective experience, or are you sowing things that would be typified as being bad, things that you don't want to receive back? And sometimes it can be like, oh my gosh, I'm sowing so much good into the world, or I'm trying to be the best person that I can be, but it feels like nothing is coming back to me. But I also think that's partially a mindset. And I think oftentimes when your reward is delayed, it means that you're likely going to get way more than you ever thought you would. So you should just continue with that pattern of sowing into the world great things, because at some point you are going to receive it back. Like, it's literally a universal law, right? Like, you can't sow and sow and sow and sow and not reap something. And the same could go in the negative, okay? If you are sowing and sowing and sowing negativity into the world, at some point that negativity is going to be reaped by you, all right? So you really just have to think about what it is that you are really contributing to the world and whether or not you would like for that to come back to you, okay? I think there's also something to be said about really keeping yourself in a good headspace and not getting too down on yourself, because I think a lot of times people sow with the intention of getting something back. And I think when you have that mindset, you're kind of missing all of it because you're being manipulative. You're only doing something because you want to get something back. When it becomes a way of being, I just want to do this just because, not because I need someone to give me a compliment, not because I need someone to give me money back, but because I know this is the right thing to do. And that's exactly why I decided that day to go and pick up trash. And it's not like I told anyone in my family that I did this. Like, I literally got a garbage bag, got some gloves, and I just did it on my own. Whoever saw me doing it, they saw me doing it. But I didn't need a pat on the back because it wasn't for them. Right? Like, it was honestly kind of selfish. Like, I want to walk and not see all this trash everywhere. So it was a selfish thing for me. Like, literally, I think that beautiful things are better. So I would rather just see nature in its element versus nature painted by trash in it. Like, it's gross. And I was actually in the city, New York City, yesterday, and I'm walking around and it's just so gross. Like, the fact that people just leave their trash on the floor. If this video does the very bare minimum of influencing you to stop throwing your trash on the floor, I have done my job. I have, because I think it's gross to litter. Like, I don't know why you would litter. The only reason you would litter is if you, in a sense, don't feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? And you littering is a reflection of the fact that you think you're garbage, you think the world is garbage, and you want that world to reflect how you feel about yourself. Like, that's the only thing I can really think of. But I just feel like littering is horrible. Like, if you litter, why? Like, why would you litter? I don't understand the point of littering. Like, we all share this world. Don't we want this world to be better for each other? Like, we should not litter. And I think I'm going to make a habit of doing this, not every day, but maybe like once a month. I'll go around and just get a garbage bag, get some gloves. I might want to get something that I can use to pick up the garbage so I don't have to actually pick it up with my hand, even though I'm wearing the gloves. It's kind of like, I don't really love it. But that being said, we'll see how it, envelops. But it's just really awesome to do things like that, because I know it was from the kindness of my heart. It wasn't to get anything. Although I did see a video the other day where this woman was talking about how whenever you pick up trash, the universe rewards you in a way that you can't necessarily expect. But that video kind of came after I had been having these feelings about picking up the trash on this trail, because I was just like annoyed with seeing it. And I thought it was really gross. Like, I don't want to see boxes of like Bud Light or broken down boxes of Bud Light on my walk, these cans. Like, it's just gross, and that stuff doesn't biodegrade into the earth. It literally just stays there and it looks disgusting and it's not pretty, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And another thing with regard to this topic, I have been thinking a lot about all of the work that I have been putting into content creation over the years, and how much I've been sowing into this bank, this universal bank, when it comes to my efforts towards my goals and aspirations. And it finally feels like the dam is breaking for me. Like, it feels as if any moment now, something incredible is just going to come from all of the work that I've been doing. And it's such a magnificent place for me to be in. I could say the same about me putting in all of this work into bar teacher training. Like, I know I'm so close to passing my test out video and being an official pure bar teacher. And that feels so good because I know I'm putting the work in. You know what I mean? It's not about me expecting it and I'm not doing anything for it. I know that what I sow is what I will reap back. And in the context of the universe, okay, I think a lot of times we can get really lost in the sauce and we can think, oh my gosh, like I've been doing this thing forever. In my case, when it comes to content creation, I've been doing content creation forever. Like, when is it going to pan out for me? But the thing is, you can't be so focused on the when. You have to be more so focused on the journey, more so focused on how you feel when you're doing it. And when I really think about my content creation journey and how I feel about putting myself out there on the internet, it's something I absolutely love to do. It's something I have done for over 5 years now. And sometimes I was paid for it, sometimes I wasn't. But even when I wasn't, I still continued to do it because it was a genuine love of mine. And I think you need to find that thing for yourself that you can continue to do without being paid for it. And you just enjoy the journey. And I think when you find that thing for yourself, that's when you know that you've hit a gold mine. Because I think a lot of people, they do things because of how they believe it will be perceived by others. And they also do things because maybe they're working backwards, right? They're thinking, okay, I want to live this specific lifestyle. What type of career do I need to have in order to support this? But I think that can lead to a place where you're unhappy in your life. Like, yeah, you're in the mansion, but you hate your life because you hate the work that you're doing. Versus if you develop this belief that you can make a lot of money, you can have an amazing life doing the thing you love, and you don't have to sacrifice yourself for a lifestyle. And that was kind of a mindset shift that I had maybe a few weeks ago when I left my corporate job. I just recognized that I cannot do this anymore, because even if I were to make a lot of money doing this, I'm so unhappy doing this, and it would almost make it irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, you have to love what you're doing on a daily basis. You have to love getting up every single day and living your day. Because if you're not, life sucks. Like, what's the point of living just for a check? There's no point whatsoever. And there's so many people who do this, and it doesn't even have to be anything so grandiose that you're doing. Like, when I see a barista, for example, who absolutely loves making coffee, and they're just such a light, they bring something to the world that is truly so unique, and they make a great living doing what they're doing because they find other ways to expand out of just being a barista. And I also don't even want to say just being a barista, because I feel like that's devaluing what a barista is, right? Like, a barista can create community. A barista can create beautiful drinks, beautiful new recipes, right? There's so much that you can do. But when you start to actually tap into what it is for you, you can actually recognize how there's so many more opportunities for you to be in your element and to make money with that skill set in ways that you couldn't imagine before. And I'm totally going through this right now because obviously I am in bar teacher training right now. So I'm becoming a fitness instructor essentially. And there's so many things you can do with that. Not only will I be able to teach bar through Pure Barre, but that also opens the door for me to get involved with other fitness modalities, because then now I can go to a Soul Cycle, for example, and say, yeah, I have experience leading group fitness. So all I need to do is just kind of need to get caught up on the method of Soul Cycle, and I can do that. Or I could go and get my yoga teacher certification. I've led group fitness before, so then it's just about really knowing how to teach yoga and what the different poses mean and all of that, and then leading a class in that way. Like, there's so many different ways to go when you identify what it is that is your special thing that you're interested in, that you can bring your own perspective on. And I think that's so incredible. And I think so many people just don't look at it like that. Like, we've truly tried to pigeonhole people into these very solid careers that I think are ultimately disappearing. Like, I saw a video earlier where this woman was talking about how she was just fired from Microsoft because apparently Microsoft laid off like 3,000 people, maybe more than that, in the past like day or two. And I think more so than anything, this is going to push people into really locking into what their thing is and doing that, because this is the age of Aquarius, right? And I think what comes with that is being true to yourself and getting rid of the fake. Like if you were doing a corporate job just because of the money, just because of the lifestyle that it provided for you, and now you've been laid off, now you're met with the opportunity to be honest with yourself. You have a bit of severance, maybe 3 to 6 to 9 months, and you have a bit of a cushion to really figure out what it is that you really like to do and to walk in it. Maybe that will lead you to start a business. Maybe that will lead you to discover a new passion that will turn into a business. There's so many opportunities for people, and I think a lot of it ultimately depends on your mindset around it and what you're willing to take from the situation, in the sense that how are you going to look at this situation and how are you going to see the opportunity in it, as opposed to maybe the temporary sting of it in the moment. So it's so important to really be mindful of what you are sowing into your life, into the lives of others, because will you be happy with what you reap from the situation? And if you would not be happy with what you reap from the situation, what can you do in this moment right now to start turning the sails in a different direction? I released a new episode of my podcast called The Bitchy Hour today. Definitely go and check it out. The link is going to be in the description. You can find it on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Spotify. Let me know. That's definitely more of the format that I like for long form chats. These episodes on here are very much going to be more so little glimpses into my life, as well as little snapshots of things that I'm thinking about. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I just want to build this community because I think ultimately, sure, maybe I'm influencing you, I don't know, but I just really want to create a community of people who are like-minded, who see that they are the rulers of their lives. And by me ruling our lives and putting forth positivity, growth, inspiration into the world, what we will reap from that is a better world, but more importantly, a better us, because we are all in our own world, right? Like I saw this clip and it said there are essentially 8 billion different worlds, right? Because every person is creating their own world. So if you can create a world that's a little bit better for you, that's going to have ripple effects. If I can create a better world for me, I know that creates ripple effects. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.